He ran 4 miles that morning. Cholesterol normal, blood pressure normal. Passed his physical 6 weeks earlier with a clean bill of health. By that evening, he was gone. A heart attack that his own cardiologist couldn't explain, because every test he'd ever been given said his heart was fine. That's not a rare story. It's a pattern. And once you see the numbers behind it, you'll understand why "I'm fit and my heart is protected" are two completely different claims, and why the second one is the one nobody's actually checking. Here's the problem. Most people, including a lot of doctors, treat a normal lipid panel and a normal EKG as proof the heart is in the clear. It isn't. A study published in the American Heart Journal looked at the records of more than 136,000 people hospitalized for a heart attack across the United States. Nearly 75% of them walked in with LDL cholesterol levels that fell inside the healthy range doctors use to reassure patients every single day. Read that again. 3 out of 4 heart attack patients had cholesterol numbers that would have gotten a pat on the back at their annual checkup. The test wasn't lying. It just wasn't measuring the thing that actually killed them. And that gap between normal test and real risk is exactly where fit, health-conscious people fall through. So what's actually building the risk that standard testing misses? There are 3 root causes, and once you understand them, the whole "but I'm fit" confusion disappears. Root cause number 1, the standard test is measuring the wrong number. A basic cholesterol panel reports total LDL, essentially the total weight of cholesterol in your blood. What it doesn't report is the particle count, called ApoB, or a separate genetic marker called lipoprotein(a) or LPA. 2 people can have identical LDL numbers on paper, while one of them is carrying nearly double the number of small, artery-clogging particles. The label looks the same. The cargo inside is completely different. Think of it like judging traffic by counting the total weight of vehicles on a highway, instead of counting the vehicles themselves. 100 tons could be 5 oversized trucks, or it could be 800 motorcycles weaving through every lane, each one a chance to clip an artery wall. Total cholesterol counts the weight. ApoB and LPA count the motorcycles, and roughly 1 in 5 people carries a genetically elevated LPA that no amount of diet or exercise will change, because it's inherited, not earned through bad habits. Root cause number 2, chronic low-grade inflammation that never shows up on a physical. Dr. Paul Ridker's Jupiter trial followed people with completely normal LDL cholesterol, but elevated levels of a marker called hsCRP, C-reactive protein, a sign of ongoing inflammation. Those people had a significantly higher rate of heart attacks than their normal cholesterol numbers predicted, and they benefited from treatment that the standard guidelines would never have recommended for them. Where does that inflammation usually come from in someone who looks fit? Visceral fat, the fat wrapped around your internal organs, not the fat you can pinch. Doctors call it normal weight obesity, or sometimes TOFI, thin outside, fat inside. You can have a flat stomach and a six-pack and still be carrying a layer of visceral fat, squeezing your liver and pancreas, pumping out inflammatory signals around the clock. The scale says you're fine. The mirror says you're fine. The inside of your abdomen never got the memo. It's the same as a house that looks freshly painted from the street, while the wiring inside the walls has been slowly overheating for years. Nothing visible changes, until it does, all at once. Root cause number 3, coronary calcium that's been building for decades before you ever feel a single symptom. This is measured by something called a CAC score, coronary artery calcium, and the long-running MESA study tracked it across more than 6,000 adults. Calcified plaque accumulates slowly and silently inside the artery wall. There is no warning ache, no tightness, no off day. The first symptom, for a meaningful percentage of people, is the heart attack itself. And here's the part that surprises people who exercise hard. Research out of Dr. James O'Keefe's group has found that some lifelong endurance athletes, marathoners, extreme cyclists, actually show higher coronary calcium scores than sedentary people their age. Fitness is not the same system as arterial plaque. They overlap, but they are not the same dial. Picture a copper pipe under your kitchen sink. From the outside, it looks identical the day it's installed and 20 years later. Inside, mineral deposits have been narrowing the channel the entire time, completely invisible until the day it finally gives out. So here's the actual protocol. 4 steps in order of priority. Step 1. Get a coronary artery calcium scan. It's a low-dose CT scan, no referral required in most states, typically $100 to $400 out of pocket, and it gives you an Agatston score, a number, not a guess. Under 100 is low risk. Over 400 means it's time for a serious conversation with a cardiologist. This single test catches what 20 years of normal annual physicals will not. Step 2. At your next blood work, specifically ask for ApoB and lipoprotein AA to be added to the panel. LPA only needs to be tested once in your life. It's genetic and doesn't change with diet or exercise. But almost no standard panel includes it unless you ask by name. Step 3. Starting tomorrow, take 2 to 3 grams combined of EPA and DHA omega-3s daily. Aim for at least 30 grams of fiber a day from oats, beans, and vegetables, and swap 1 meal a day that uses corn, soybean, or sunflower oil for one cooked with olive oil instead. This directly targets the inflammatory load-driving root cause number 2. Step 4. Pair your cardio with resistance training. 3 sessions a week of Zone 2 cardio, the pace where you can still hold a conversation, plus 2 sessions of strength work. Visceral fat and insulin sensitivity respond to muscle in a way that cardio alone doesn't fully reach. Now, the mistakes that keep people stuck in the "but I'm fit" trap. Mistake 1. Treating a normal lipid panel and a normal EKG at your annual physical as a clean bill of cardiovascular health. They screen for some things. They were never built to catch ApoB elevation, LPA, or early calcified plaque. And assuming they did is how 4 out of 5 people with this hidden risk profile never find out until it's too late. Mistake 2. Equating visible fitness, running, lifting, a lean body, with arterial health. They're related, but they are not the same measurement, and one does not guarantee the other. Mistake 3. Skipping the LPA test because no one in my family had heart problems as far as I know. Family history is underreported far more often than people realize, and LPA is genetic whether or not anyone ever told you about it. Here's your action plan. 4 steps this month. 1. Book a coronary calcium scan this week. Search heart scan plus your city. Most don't require a doctor's referral. 2. At your next set of blood work, ask specifically for ApoB and lipoprotein A to be added. 3. Starting tomorrow morning, add 2 to 3 grams of omega-3s and swap 1 seed oil meal for olive oil. 4. Schedule 2 strength training sessions into this week's routine alongside whatever cardio you're already doing. If this video gave you something new to think about, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We cover the health topics that don't fit in a 10-minute doctor's appointment, and visit healthhustleacademy.com. We've put together the exact supplement stack and lifestyle tools we talk about in our videos, all in one place. Links are in the description below. Take care of your body. Nobody else is going to do it for you.